In a closeout Game 6 on the road, Chris Paul finished with 33 points, going 14 of 14 for the most points and makes without missing in NBA history. He started off the game in typical Chris Paul fashion, picking his spots and attacking the specific coverage that he wants. With Valanciunas in drop coverage, CP3 comes off to create space, knowing he can rise up easily for the mid-range jumper. The Pelicans play two bigs to start the game, so the Suns put them both in double ball screen action. Notice how here Crowder flips the angle of his ball screen. This allows Chris Paul to attack downhill, snaking through the lane and putting a filthy behind the back pull-up on Jackson Hayes. With Jose Alvarado going under the ball screen, Biyombo does a good job of rescreening to allow separation. This now allows Chris Paul to make another easy pull-up. The Pelicans were using the same strategy as the Milwaukee Bucks in the NBA Finals to pressure Chris Paul full court, so the Suns set a high ball screen to relieve that pressure. Here they combine the two sequences we saw previously with a double ball screen and Chris Paul's defender going under, so at the nail, Ayton then rescreens to free up Paul. Now here, notice how he throws the ball through the gap, and through the gap help of Ingram to create separation for the basket. In transition and attacking both bigs with another double drag ball screen, we get Hayes switched onto CP3. Now the Suns get exactly what they want, and they put two bigs in ball screen action together, and the low coverage of Valanciunas allows Paul the open mid-range jump shot. CJ here goes under the handoff and sideline out of bounds, so then Chris Paul decides to attack baseline and almost use it as a rescreen. Notice this little hop to see what the help defense is doing. Here he notices that Hayes is tagging Ayton, but JV is still sagging off, so the floater is wide open. Another pressure release screen from Ayton, and CP3 hold while riding the wave. Ayton then sets a ball screen, and just like before versus Ingram, CP3 throws the ball through and is free for the jumper. In the third quarter, the Suns ran the same play to get Chris Paul free by having him set the ball screen first to get a weaker defender switched onto him. Here he gets CJ McCollum switched onto him and Herb Jones off of him. Quite the defensive drop-off. Then he looks to get a ball screen from Ayton directly after. Now he doesn't attack right away off of this ball screen, but he lets Crowder clear the area to create more space. Then he snakes into more open space for another jumper. The same initial action to start, with Chris Paul setting a ball screen, gets Jose Alvarado off of CP3 and Murphy switched onto him. Crowder doesn't clear right away, and because of this, him holding on the wing allows the Pelicans to build a wall and prevent any drives or probes from CP3. With Valanciunas stepping up higher and at the level of the ball screen, Ayton then rescreens, and as Murphy goes under and Crowder clears, now all the Pelicans defenders are too low to contest and it results in a wide open three-point shot. Putting the same players in the same action, the Pelicans do a good job corralling, limiting CP3's driving opportunities at first. When Ayton goes to set another ball screen, we can see the position of JV tell us that he expects to ice the ball screen, which means to force the ball away from the ball screen and corral it on the sideline. But CP3 gets over the top. This now means Valanciunas has no chance to recover, and CP3 continues to fill up the pull-up deep in the lane. With a tie game in the fourth quarter, they use Chris Paul off the ball in the corner, and they go to a handoff into a ball screen. Now again, notice JV is now jumping to the level on the left side of Chris Paul. He is expecting ice coverage, the same exact situation we just saw. Chris Paul then comes off the right side and allows him to walk into a wide open free throw pull-up because JV is out of position. Chris Paul then screens and gets Brandon Ingram switched onto him. Then he comes off a ball screen from Ayton. Now in this scenario, the Pelicans do a pretty good job of closing the space on the drive, but as he snakes across the lane, he throws a subtle shift towards the three-point line and then breaks back towards the opposite block for the pull-up. That subtle shift throws Ingram off for just a second and allows Chris Paul to finish the play on the opposite side. Devin Booker handles in the pick and roll, and now here Alvarado helps on Ayton rolling or tagging the roll man. He kicks to Chris Paul, then Chris Paul attacks the closeout. On this drive, he decides to add a little ball fake before hitting the nice floater over JV. And of course, with the game on the line, they get the ball to Chris Paul. They decide to hunt the matchup they want, CJ McCollum. Chris Paul retreats, takes a peek at the clock, and then gets into his attack on CJ. Hits him with a filthy in and out move, drives into the lane, stops on a dime, playing off of 2 feet to sink the game-clinching pull-up in his 33rd point on a perfect 14 of 14 shooting for an NBA playoffs record. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe. I look forward to doing more.